Let's get right into it. Number 1. Hot dogs, the hidden choking hazard. Hot dogs are a staple at family gatherings, ball games, and backyard barbecues. But beneath their innocent, nostalgic appeal lies a danger that most people never consider. The very shape that makes hot dogs so easy to eat, smooth, cylindrical, and just the right size for a child's mouth, also makes them the perfect choking hazard. Unlike other foods that might break apart or leave gaps for air, a hot dog can form a tight, airtight seal in the throat, especially in young children. When panic sets in, the body's natural reaction is to contract the throat muscles, which only makes the blockage worse. Even the Heimlich maneuver can struggle to dislodge a hot dog that's perfectly wedged. It's a terrifying scenario that happens more often than you'd think, making hot dogs the #1 cause of food-related choking deaths in children under 3. The solution is surprisingly simple. Always slice hot dogs lengthwise before serving them to kids. This one small step destroys their plug shape and dramatically reduces the risk. It's a reminder that even the most familiar foods can hide unexpected dangers if we're not careful. Number 2, licorice. The candy that can kill. Licorice seems like an old-fashioned treat. The kind of candy you might find in your grandparents' cupboard. But black licorice, in particular, hides a chemical punch that can be deadly if you eat too much. The culprit is glycyrrhizin, a compound that gives licorice its distinctive flavor. In small amounts, it's harmless, but eat too much, just a couple of ounces a day for a few weeks, and it can throw your body's chemistry into chaos. Glycyrrhizin causes your body to lose potassium, which is essential for keeping your heart beating in rhythm. Without enough potassium, your heart can start to flutter, skip beats, or even stop altogether. There have been real cases of people, seemingly healthy, collapsing after a licorice binge. One man in Massachusetts died after eating a bag and a half of black licorice every day for weeks. The FDA has even issued warnings about the risks. It's a sobering reminder that even something as innocent as candy can turn deadly if you don't know your limits. So next time you reach for a handful of licorice, remember, moderation isn't just smart. It could save your life. Number 3, sannakji, the octopus that fights back. Sannakji is a dish that's become a viral sensation thanks to videos of diners wrestling with squirming tentacles on their plates. In Korea, eating live octopus is a culinary thrill, but it's also a risk that's not for the faint of heart. The danger isn't just the shock of eating something still moving, it's the hundreds of tiny suction cups lining each tentacle. Even after being chopped up, the nerves in the octopus's arms keep firing, making the pieces writhe and grip. If you don't chew thoroughly, a suction cup can latch onto your throat or the inside of your mouth, turning a daring meal into a life-or-death struggle. Every year, a handful of people die from choking on sannakji, often after a night out when caution is low and bravado is high. The tentacles can be nearly impossible to dislodge once they're stuck, making this dish one of the world's most dangerous delicacies. For those who want to try sannakji, the advice is simple: chew, chew, and chew again. In the world of adventurous eating, sometimes the food really does fight back. Number 4. Oysters, the ocean's flesh-eating secret. Oysters are the ultimate symbol of luxury dining, fresh, briny, and often slurped straight from the shell. But hidden inside some oysters is a microscopic killer, Vibrio vulnificus, a bacteria that thrives in warm, brackish waters. You can't see, smell, or taste it, but if it's there, the consequences can be devastating. For most healthy people, a bad oyster might just mean a rough night. But for anyone with a weakened immune system, liver problems, or even a small cut on their hand, Vibrio can enter the bloodstream and trigger a fast-moving infection called necrotizing fasciitis, better known as flesh-eating disease. In severe cases, the bacteria can destroy tissue and organs in a matter of hours, and about 1 in 5 people with a serious infection die, sometimes within just 2 days. Cooking oysters thoroughly kills the bacteria, but raw oysters remain a gamble. The risk is low, but the stakes are high. Next time you're tempted by a raw oyster bar, remember, the ocean's most elegant appetizer can also be its most ruthless predator. And sometimes the danger is invisible. Number 5. Bitter almonds, the nut with a toxic twist. Almonds are often hailed as a healthy snack packed with protein and good fats. But not all almonds are created equal. Bitter almonds, which look almost identical to the sweet almonds you find in stores, contain a natural compound called amygdalin. When eaten, amygdalin breaks down into hydrogen cyanide, the same deadly poison that's infamous in crime novels and spy movies. Just a handful of bitter almonds can be enough to kill a child, and it takes only a few dozen to threaten an adult's life. The symptoms of cyanide poisoning come on fast: dizziness, headache, nausea, and, if untreated, respiratory failure. Most countries have banned the sale of raw bitter almonds for this very reason, but they can still be found in some specialty markets or imported foods. The sweet almonds you snack on are specifically bred to be safe, but the risk of confusion is real. It's a chilling reminder that nature doesn't always make a clear distinction between what's safe and what's deadly. So if you ever come across wild or bitter almonds, think twice before tasting. Sometimes, the most innocent-looking foods hide the most dangerous secrets. Number 6. Deathcap mushrooms, the ultimate forest imposter. Foraging for wild mushrooms can feel like a treasure hunt, but it's a game with deadly stakes. The deathcap mushroom, Amanita phalloides, is the most notorious killer in the forest, responsible for the majority of fatal mushroom poisonings worldwide. Its danger lies in its disguise. Young deathcaps look almost identical to harmless edible mushrooms, making them easy to mistake for a safe find. The toxins in a single deathcap are enough to destroy a person's liver and kidneys, and the symptoms often don't appear until the damage is already done. Victims may feel fine for hours after eating, only to be hit later with severe stomach pain, vomiting, and jaundice. By the time they seek help, it's often too late. Even more chilling, deathcaps reportedly taste mild and pleasant, giving no warning of their lethal nature. The only way to be truly safe is to avoid wild mushrooms unless you're an expert. In the world of foraging, one small mistake can have irreversible consequences. The next time you see a mushroom in the wild, remember, some treasures are best left undiscovered. Number 7. Ackee fruit, Jamaica's risky national dish. Ackee is more than just a fruit in Jamaica. It's a national symbol. A staple in the beloved dish ackee and saltfish. But this creamy yellow fruit comes with a deadly catch. If eaten before it's fully ripe and naturally opened on the tree, ackee contains high levels of hypoglycin, a toxin that can shut down your body's ability to process sugar. The result is a condition known as Jamaican vomiting sickness, which starts with severe nausea and vomiting but can quickly escalate to seizures, coma, and even death as blood sugar levels plummet. The danger is so real that the import of fresh ackee is tightly regulated in many countries. Jamaicans have learned to respect the fruit's timing, only harvesting and eating it when the pods split open on their own, signaling that the toxins have dissipated. For those unfamiliar with the tradition, the risk is easy to overlook. One bite too soon, and a meal can turn fatal. Ackee's story is a powerful example of how cultural knowledge and respect for nature's timing can mean the difference between a national treasure and a deadly mistake. Number 8. Dented cans, the silent pantry threat. Canned foods are a symbol of convenience and safety, lining pantry shelves around the world. But a single dented can could harbor one of the most dangerous toxins known to humanity, botulinum toxin. Produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum, this poison is so potent that even a tiny amount can cause paralysis or death. The risk comes when a can is damaged, creating a tiny breach that allows bacteria to thrive in the oxygen-free environment inside. The toxin itself is invisible, odorless, and tasteless, making it impossible to detect by sight or smell. Symptoms of botulism start subtly: blurred vision, difficulty speaking, and muscle weakness, but can quickly progress to total paralysis, including the muscles needed to breathe. Without immediate medical intervention, botulism can be fatal. Ironically, the same toxin is used in tiny controlled doses as Botox for cosmetic procedures, but in your kitchen, it's a silent killer. The safest move? Never eat food from a can that's bulging, leaking, or dented. It's a simple precaution that can prevent a deadly mistake. Sometimes the most ordinary items in our